and it refers to a hospital here in Oberlin. It's entitled Mercy Less. Listening to Love by the dashboard reflection of sunlight filtered through my Bier windshield, waiting for a high me to emerge from some medical office affiliated with a hospital in Oberlin, recently renamed Mercy. Her real name, though perhaps more prosaic, is easy to figure if you're halfway familiar with mangled Spanish. But this is 2011, not 1966. Love has long since disbanded, and I arrive home to find a letter from an attorney representing the hospital, notifying us he's moved the court for a default judgment. Still ill, I call it despiadado, merciless in English. Recall I forgot my CD in the car, and she asked, "Where's the love?" Where's the love, man? But I have to say, man, actually, it sounds like I'm dogging a hospital because they killed me. But you see, I came here to the hospital instead of going to the one in Elyria where I'm from, so that tells you I think it's a pretty good hospital, actually. And you don't have to wait as long in the emergency room. I like to do lots of puns in my poems, and I'm never sure how well they come across in a live reading when you can't see it on the page. This has a lot of those, and if you're looking for them, maybe you'll hear them. The poem's entitled Way Erred Scenes Inside a Jazz Mind. A swirl in creative flux, feel a faux need to squeeze to get any error out on screen or page. Feeling sage in this smoke of jasmine incense. Hearing a catalyzing muse, sick I can't name, and I can't blame you or blame me. Not sure why we need to lay it on anyone, as it is what it is, and just is. And what's wrong with that? Why do we always have to find something wrong with everything? I can sing without notes or tune, and so I suspect can you. Whether or not some see it as cruel or kind, aren't we blind to believe every song needs sound waves, every lyric needs words, every world needs saved, every who needs a herd, every herd needs a who? Ain't it just what it is, whatever it is? And I know Dylan saying he not busy being born is busy dying. But he failed to say he, busy being born, is busy dying too. And why can't we say that, unafraid? It is what it is, and so what? The best jasmine incense burns out, and the worst lives in memory just as long and wide, any right or wrong. What's worst or best anyways? Sense won't last forever. I think nonsense won't either, but in some sense might, like night, wonder if one day everything we think is wrong passes on, and everything right is left. Could anything be right again without us rewriting it? And when you or I wonder why I do or don't talk, maybe here's what you're missing. I'm always listening and never shut up. Sure, it's easy to think at least one of us is in this walled room, in this sided house, in this incorporated city, in this state of apparent confusion. But Daishonin said, Ichinen Sanzen, each moment possesses 3,000 realms. And I'm never outside a moment, even when I'm conscious. And your movement pervades the realms I monitor. even when you don't feel, odd when you don't hear. Sometimes we use the wrong ears. Wrong might be the wrong word, because in certain uncertain worlds, sound waves are inefficient, often ineffectual, and even oddly misleading, despite their repeated best intent shuns to be otherwise. So I use them, or don't, you too, as inclination dictates or allows. But it's all now becoming clear to me that we're all ultimately a swirl in creative flux, insight, outside, out of sight, inside, becoming. Okay, either way, with or without our faux need to squeeze smoke-keyed jazz mind. How many of y'all like beer?
Yeah, beer.
I know somebody in here likes beer. Well, you know, it can be a beautiful thing, but like all beautiful things, when done to excess, it can be an ugly thing.
Yeah.
And this poem is kind of about that. It's entitled Bier, but the title is spelled B-I-E-R, which has one meaning in English, but it is actually the German word for the beverage.
Right.
Bier is a beauty. Bier is a bitch. Bier is a scratch for my vilest itch and itch for my finest scratch. A down-the-hatch batch of high satisfaction. A recipe for extreme stupefaction. A flood disguised as a dream panacea, and whether or not I wish to see it, a slow tide of suicide. The blue moon is high, and the beer sea is strong as I down another and continue this song swell without a tune. This sickeningly sweet, I scream sundown melting as I search for a silver spoon that does not exist in a glass of whatever's on tap. Getting pissed, fancying myself an inimitable wordsmith, while I wanly regurgitate yesterday's news, my blues rhyming with brews, and still thirst unquenchably for the deluge to deliver me to low, dry land and sober death.